Hi everyone, a warm welcome from the Abcodo team to the webinar hosted by Montfort University, Dubai. I appreciate your taking the time to participate in this session. I am Mona Broy and I am Admissions Manager at Abcodo. Before I begin, allow me to remind the participants of few facts. We will open a Q&A, question and answer room, but you may submit your questions using the Q&A button you will see on the screen. Beside that, there is a link in your chat box that you have used to complete your information. We will get back to you as soon as possible. So let's do a quick introduction to us, MSM Unify. MSM Unify is an international education marketplace, actually the largest in the market, making that empower educational institutions, agents, and students. We aim to unify student recruitment stakeholders and enable each of you here and your partners, higher education institutions to collaborate online to diversity your students and reach the world's interested learners. Also, I'm happy to share that this extensive oil-powered platform also assists in the full international student journey through thousands of programs and courses, study guides, a discussion forum, and other extensive tools and resources for international students. We are pleased to offer them free of charge of your students to help them achieve their dreams to studying abroad. Abcodo is MSM Unified dedicated recruitment network that provides well-created agents, complete applications, and global reach to our partner institutions. Through Abcodo, we strive to address common issues facing higher education institutions at different stages of the international recruitment funnel. With well-approved Abcodo agents, institutions have access to various student pools across the globe. If you would like to learn more about how you can work with us, please fill out the form which has been sent to your chat box, and a representative from Abcodo will contact you soon. Let me introduce today presenter Harry John Nair, Senior Manager Student Recruitment and Admissions, Montfort University, Dubai. He has been into international education since 2007. So I don't want to take any more time of yours. So it's over to Harry.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mona, for the introduction and for this opportunity as well. To add to what Mona said, my name is Harry. Yeah, I'm based at the Dubai campus at the Montfort University. I myself have been in Dubai since 2007, and that's when I got into higher education. And it's been a fruitful journey since then. I worked with different universities within different British universities within the UAE, promoting predominantly postgraduate programs as well as undergraduate programs in the region. So, the Montfort University, as you see down, proud to be more. What does that actually mean, proud to be more? Meaning we're not just a university delivering degree programs and higher education, but we are, as a university, looking at transforming lives. So there's a lot of importance given towards certain areas that makes student a rounded person prepared for the future. This is a picture of the Dubai campus. We are based 20 minutes away from the center of the city in Dubai. And it's a 400,000 square feet campus. It's made up of 2 blocks, an academic block, and we have accommodation on campus. This is not one of these confined campuses. So you have a lot of universities in the UAE and about 30 plus in higher education institutions within Dubai, and some of them are just confined institutions where you just go and you study and you leave. But here we have a proper campus, a lot of space in and around the campus for students to have a great experience. And it's all about higher education, I believe, is a lot to do with the environment that they study in. Otherwise, you can just study online. But the environment you study in is what actually makes and defines the individual's progression and transformation. Now, to give you a brief idea in terms of the landscape in the UAE itself, you have the Ministry of Education, and then you have the government of Dubai, which is KHDA, Knowledge and Human Development Authority. We are based within a free zone in Dubai, and we approved, all our programs in Dubai are approved by the KHDA, Knowledge and Human Development Authority, which is also overlooked by QA, which works in line with QA, the Quality Assurance Agency of the UK. So all our programs are exactly the same as one would study at our parent campus in Leicester. So to give you a bit about DMU history itself, we celebrated 150 years last year. As you see on the left, the transformation of the campus. So it was established in 1870 as a Leicester School of Arts, and it had its transformation in 1925, but it got its university status in 1992. So we are a young university, 30 odd years. Having said that, in every city in the UK, you have universities. So you have University of Leicester in the city of Leicester, but you also have the Montfort University, which, though young, is the biggest university in the city of Leicester in terms of student population. If you also note, the name was borrowed from Simon de Montfort, who was 13th century Earl of Leicester. So that's a little bit about DMU history. What do we focus on? Something about DMU is teaching and learning. We've been awarded the Teaching Excellence Framework, and that's one of our key USPs. Now, the Teaching Excellence Framework, TEF, is basically a UK government initiative to acknowledge and reward teaching excellence. So there are different categories. You have gold, you have silver, and you have bronze. So we are proud to say that we are within the gold category. And there are only few universities that are within the pool of who have the gold category. And if you look at the region in the UAE, in the country and in the region in the Middle East, we are among very few universities that have the status, gold status. This is a reflection of student satisfaction and the academic support that students receive. Those are a few key parameters of the Teaching Excellence Framework. We are also very focused on careers. This is one of our key USPs. We've also been awarded the best university in the UK for national undergraduate employability. So we focus a lot on employability skills. We do research. The faculty are involved in research and in connection with the industry, and they feed that back into the curriculum. So our curriculum focuses on key skills of the industry. So students are ready to go out and get into work right away. So we have some of our students who've gone and worked in BBC, HSBC, Nike, BMW, and the National Health Services in the UK. There's just a few of them. Some of them also won Oscars. Another key thing is travel opportunities. Now, studying in DMU would mean you get the opportunity to travel between our campuses and also other partner universities, and at a subsidized cost. At DMU, we offer a very open and supportive culture. So we have something called DMU Freedom, which is focused on health, well-being, and openness. We also focused on equality. We've also been awarded or named the first University of the Year for Social Inclusion by the Sunday Times Good University Guide in 2019. So there's a lot of importance on students' welfare and well-being and their good health. In the current day, there's so much of concerns with student well-being, which is therefore we made it an important part of DMU to see that we have measures in place to deal with such issues when students are facing challenges, coping with their studies or coping generally in life itself. With regards to partnerships, we work with the UN closely. Indeed, DMU is one of the hubs among the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we are the only higher education institute in the UK, which is a hub for one of the goals. So everything around the university is focused on sustainability and around the sustainability goals itself. As I touched based on earlier, it's a 150-year-old university. And we are one of the big universities, not just in the city of Leicester, but in the whole of UK. So we have about 26,000 students on campus. We have 2,600 staff. So there's a good staff and student ratio, which is 1:10. It normally doesn't end with you coming in and getting a degree and leaving. So we are focused on building a great community. So we have something called DMU for Life, which is keeping connected with our alumni. And this is not just with with building a network of people who we can help and grow with, but also to explore opportunities. We network with our alumni a lot so that some of them who are successful can also share their success with our current students and build on our opportunities. Indeed, very recently, I've attended one of the exhibitions where we met one of our alumni who came down from the UK. She's got a family business in Dubai, oil and gas. They provide services in the oil and gas, and they have 3 companies. And so what she's done is she's done a bachelor's in accounting and finance back in the UK in our Leicester campus. And now what she's done is she's converted her business or extended her business as an e-commerce platform. And with that came opportunities, not just within a business, but also for some of our students. So sorry, I haven't mentioned this before, but DMU is relatively new in Dubai. They're under 6 months in Dubai. This was in October, was our first intake. We actually were invited by the UAE government. We are a founding partner at the UK for the UK Pavilion at the Expo 2020 in Dubai. So something about why DMU Dubai. We focus, our faculty is, we place our faculty in as a forefront for everything that we do, because they are the ones that can enrich the students' lives and help them transform their lives. So everything that we do, we work closely with faculty and around their research and their partnerships with industries and their specialisms of the subjects. Now, the university is globally well ranked and professionally recognized. Most of our programs are professionally recognized. We'll go into detail in forthcoming slides into some of the professional recognitions we have on each program. We offer very competitive tuition fees, and with that, we offer multiple scholarships and very flexible payment options as well. Dubai, in the sense, it has about 10 million population, with 11% being Emiratis that are locals and 89% expats. So it's a very multicultural environment. You have people from all countries in the world. The Expo itself has 192 pavilions representing all the countries around the world. So yeah, it's a very multicultural environment. And with that comes a lot of entertainment and activities around it. Now, currently, if you look at it, Dubai is hosting a 30-30 thing, which is 30 days of activities and sports for good health and well-being. I'm participating in the Dubai Run, which is happening this Friday. I'm running a 10K run. So it's all about the UAE vision by His Excellency Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who's the Vice President and Prime Minister of UAE and the ruler of Dubai. So his vision is what has transformed Dubai to what it is from a desert. So there are a lot of activities as in Dubai itself, and which, being part of Dubai, a lot of it's incorporated within what we do on campus. So as I mentioned before, our programs are approved by KHDA, which confirms that our programs are no different from the UK. We teach exactly the same thing. Students at the same assessments get the same award. So we offer a high quality British education in the UAE. We have great opportunities to transfer. Now, anybody studying within DMU Dubai can choose to transfer to our UK campus. We would strongly recommend students to finish a foundation and then finish at least a year of the undergraduate program in Dubai and then transfer to the UK if they want to, or after the second year, just transfer the third year. But opportunities are open to transfer at any given time, having said that, but after an academic year. We offer a 3-year UK degree. In the UK, you have England, you have Wales, and you have Ireland. Now, the English system offers a 3-year honors degree. So whether you study mechanical engineering degree, in architecture degree, interior design degree, in different countries, the framework has the program for a longer duration. Now, if you look at India, generally engineering programs are 4 years and architecture or interiors 5 years. But in Dubai, we offer a UK degree, which is all 3 years honors degrees. We also have an MBA to start with. We'll go in details on the list of programs in forthcoming slides. But we offer an MBA program which does not require any work experience. I mean, I'll touch base on the on the USPs on our program in a little later. Why Dubai? Dubai has a great career opportunity. Dubai is one of UAE in the whole is a great place to come in and find opportunities. You can come in while you're studying. You can look at working opportunities for postgraduate programs. They look at full-time opportunities right during their study. They can study, settle down on one after a semester, and then look for work opportunities, and they can transfer their visa and so for the other, or you can explore internships and part-time jobs. Now with the Expo, there's a great opportunity where lots of students, quite a lot of students from all universities based here have opportunities to intern and work part-time at the Expo, earning a high salary ranging from 8,000, 10,000 dirhams a month. Now, if you look at the UAE economy, Dubai, Abu Dhabi is the capital of Dubai. UAE is made up of 7 emirates, Abu Dhabi being the capital, and the main source of income is oil and gas. If you look at Dubai, it's all about trade. It is the highest populated city within the emirate, within the UAE, among the 7 emirates. And it is the most, I would say, the most advanced, with the tallest building, the biggest malls, the best of everything. And Dubai is icon for everything. Yeah. To talk a little bit about awards and accreditations, I've touched base before on the teaching excellence framework that we are ranked gold. We have also some of our programs that are well ranked. Like if you see on the left, you have our engineering programs that's ranked between 300 to 400 in the world. We have a computer science program which is ranked between 200 and 250 in the world. The NUE awards that I previously spoke about, which is focused on employability and career services. And programs, we have a psychology program that's accredited by the British Psychology Society, BPS. We have an undergraduate degree in cybersecurity in Dubai that's accredited by British Computer Society. We have an accounting and finance degree that's accredited by ACCA, as well as CIMA. ACCA gives you the maximum number of exemptions that one could get based on an undergraduate qualification. All our management degrees are accredited by the Chartered Management Institute. What does this actually reflect? It reflects that our programs are very much in line with what the industry is seeking, and somebody who has a professional, somebody who has a degree that's accredited professionally and gets professional membership confirms that they're ready to work in that industry, in that profession. So the university has all our programs broken down into 4 schools or departments as it reads. You have the Faculty of Arts, Design and Humanities, and some of the programs we offer within those in Dubai is interior design, fashion, communication, and styling. And we have this Faculty of Business and Law, for which we offer a business degree, business management. We also offer a law program, which qualifies someone or meets the academic requirements to the bar exam in the UK. We have the School of Health and Life Sciences. We currently don't offer any specific programs within the school in Dubai. We have the fact, but we're looking at introducing a few more programs in the near future within the school. We have a Faculty of Computing, Engineering, and Media. So we offer a Bachelor's in Computer Science. We offer engineering, mechanical engineering for now. We're also looking at introducing some programs in media. So this is the list of programs we offer at the Dubai campus. We offer a foundation, which is a bridging year. So for some studying in the British qualification and those who don't qualify, who have decided to leave school a bit early, would qualify for a foundation program. Now, students studying in different curriculums if they don't qualify for one of our undergraduate programs or feel they need some preparation before they get onto an undergraduate program, they can choose to do our foundation program, which is for 1 year, and it has 5 pathways allowing students to specialize and get into business and management and accounting and finance, or the law. The other specialisms would be social sciences for psychology. Then you have a pathway for interior design, fashion communication, and styling. And also you have an engineering pathway who can study mechanical engineering after the foundation. As you would see, we offer a honors degree. So if you study 3 years and you meet this certain requirement, you get a BA or BSc honors degree accordingly, or a BEng honors degree. The duration of our programs, normally the foundation is a year, and our undergraduate bachelor's degrees are 3 years. We also offer an MBA global program, which is 1 year by default. And the fees is for the foundation and for the MBA is for the total cost. On the undergraduate degrees, it's per academic year. So that's into 3 years. The fees that reflect here also inclusive of a 5% VAT that's applicable in the UAE. So that's 40,000. Foundation is 40,000 plus 5% VAT, which works up to 42,000. The business degrees are 55,000 plus VAT. The specialized degrees, as we call them, both the engineering design and the law programs, are 65,000 plus 5% VAT, and the MBA is 85,000 plus 5% VAT. We're also looking at building our portfolio. We're looking at introducing about 7 new postgraduate programs for September 2022 and bachelor's in architecture. This is in the process of being approved. So we'll have this up and running as soon as we've got these approved by the local authority, which is KHDA. To touch base on the entry requirements for our foundation program. So somebody coming in from the British system, which is IGCSE, they will require 5 Cs as a minimum grade. Anybody coming in from the Indian system or the CBSE system would require either 60% in year 11 or year 12. This is not common to get a lot of Indian students on our foundation, because quite a lot of them who would finish their 12th grade would find universities that would accept them. And it's not common either to leave, exit high school at year 11. So, but in case there are any students that fall in these categories, can choose to do our foundation. The UAE local curriculum, we need a minimum of 70% to qualify for the foundation. For anybody doing the American high school diploma, we would require a minimum of 70% or a GPA of 3 on a scale of 4. This is for somebody without SAT or who hasn't got the required grades on the SATs to qualify for an undergraduate program. If you have students coming from the African market, following the WECO, West African Education Council, or the Nigerian Education Council, then our minimum grades is 5 grades with C6 as minimum score. We also take students from the Philippines high school system with a minimum of 70%, and so on with the Russian and Kazakh. That is state with grades of 3. Now, some of them can also qualify for direct year 1, depending on the grades. We allow students with the mid-year program on the IB year 11. So they would require 28 points with a minimum grade of 3 in each component. Now, these are just quite a popular list of curriculums, but it's not limited. So anybody coming from a different curriculum can get in touch with us, and we will evaluate their qualification accordingly. Now, to look at the undergraduate entry requirements, we normally require 3 subjects, that is at the A levels, that is 2 C's and a D. Now, it all comes down to the UCAS points or equivalents of that. Now, a C would be about 32 points and a D would be about 24 points. So in total, that would be about 88 UCAS points. But we would also consider cases where students have studied just 2 subjects, and if they've got B's, B's are good grades. So if they've got 2 B's, which would still only equate to about 80 UCAS points, we would still consider students as long as they have the relevant background. The whole idea of entry requirements is to see that students can cope with our curriculum. It's no point. We don't want to set up students to fail or take students who we know would not be able to cope. So that's the whole idea. We're quite flexible in our in our approach in evaluating applications. So anybody on borderline cases would be looked at on a case-by-case basis. If there's an interview required with the program director, then we would take that approach as well. Students coming from the CBSE background, we would require them to have a minimum 65% on the 4 key subjects, excluding language. So, and any of the likes of the Indian curriculums, state board as well. So coming to the American curriculum, we require American high school diploma with a GPA of 3.0. And last year SAT was not mandatory because of the COVID situation and the cancellation of SATs and ACTs. But this year it would be required. So what we're looking at a score of 500 on each with a total of 1,000 on the SATs. Or you can also choose to do the APs, the advanced placements, or the likes of it. We take on students from the IB with a minimum of 24 points. That's the IB diploma. As long as they have the IB diploma, which is a pass of 24 points, they should qualify for an undergraduate program. We accept the BTech level 3 extended diploma. This is getting quite popular now. So we do accept minimum requirements is distinction and a merit profile to qualify for year 1. The African qualifications, where students get a higher grade on their subjects, they can directly qualify for the business programs, but only for the business programs and not for the specialized programs. Somebody following the Pakistan system, they would require a minimum of 85% to qualify for an undergraduate program and having high grades in the relevant subjects as well. ATHE is very much like the BTech level qualification. It's quite a new qualification, but yes, we do accept it against a merit profile. To touch base on postgraduate entry requirements, which is for MBA, we're generally looking at a minimum of 2.2, which is a second-class low honors degree. How this would translate to most of the curriculums will be a GPA of 3 on a scale of 4. Or if you're looking at percentage, could vary depending on the quality or the ranking of the university. It could be between 50 to 60%. And we don't require work experience for MBA. So all I welcome both fresh graduates as well as working professionals who are looking at enhancing their career. Some of the teaching methodology that we use within the university is, so students sit on lectures and seminars, which are tutorials. It's a combination of it. So there's a lot of activity around practical exercises, simulations. We do case studies so that students can pitch a business, can understand business problems and resolve them, understand how to deal with situations in business, how to strategize. We also do boot camps, professional boot camps, which focuses on interviewing skills. We do a lot of group presentations. Quite a lot of assignments are a combination of group and individual assignments. We do a lot of coursework and activity-based things apart from exams. Exams are very limited, so we tend to have a lot of interaction within the curriculum. We have a lot of industry guest speakers who come in and deliver on different subjects and add value to the learning. So students get the best of both worlds, the academic as well as the work industry exposure as well. We tend to go on industry visits for both businesses as well as from the engineering front. With the focus on employability, we're looking at a lot of internships. Internships are normally not built in within the program, so it's not mandatory, but we do focus on it, and we ensure that students have opportunities, both part-time, industry visits, and so on. So the assessments are a combination of essays, written exams, some multiple choice questions, and presentations as well. This is to enhance the learning and to make students prepared for challenges in the real world in the working environment, to build resilience as well. Now, normally the academic year looks like this. We had our first intake in October. So the first semester is made up of 11 weeks of teaching. Then we have a Christmas and New Year break. So students come back in January, and then they start on the 10th of January in classes for 12 weeks of teaching, followed by assessments. We're also looking at a January intake, and we are looking at offering 3 programs. So we're offering the business management program. We're offering the foundation, which is called the International Year Zero, IYZ, and we're offering the MBA Global program. Now, what we're offering in January is very attractive because it's an accelerated program. Somebody starting in January on the foundation can finish the foundation would finish their foundation by August and would progress to their first year in the September-October intake. So it takes you lesser time it wouldn't take you 4 years, but lesser than 4 years to finish your foundation and your undergraduate degree. Same with the business management degree. We have a January intake, which will run until August and allow you to get into second year in October. So your second year would be not just the new batch of students, but you will be studying with the existing cohort of students who started in September. So it's going to be a bigger cohort of students and who could have a better experience. And there again, you'll not take 3 years to finish the program, but you'll finish even quicker. Coming to the MBA would be exactly 12 months. The program is made up of 8 courses and a project, and we start towards the end of January on the MBA. It's basically 3 terms. So the 2 terms first term would run from January to April. You'll be studying with students who are on the current batch that started in October 2021. You'll finish your first semester with them. Then you'll be on your own. The batch of students who start in January, they would be on their own, and they would study in the summer, which is until August. And they finish the rest of the 4 courses as a full-time student. And they progress to the final project, which is from September to December. So 12 months, and they should finish their program exactly in 12 months. Students who do not require a university visa and want to take it on a part-time 2-year option would just reduce the number of courses that they take in a semester. Instead of 4 courses, they would take 2 courses, stretching the program over 2 years. We offer a lot of scholarships and a flexible payment plan. We offer academic merit scholarship that we'll go into a little detail in the forthcoming slide. Usually we offer an early application discount, which is for both intakes. Now, currently that we are accepting students for the January 2020 intake, we are offering a 10,000 early application discount until 10th of December. And students normally get to pay their fees in installments. International students get about 4 installments, but if they decide to pay it upfront, then they get an additional 3% full fee advance payment discount. Otherwise, they can choose to pay it 4 installments. Now, normally when a student gets an offer to accept or confirm the acceptance, they need to pay 10% of their tuition fees. So they can pay either 10% at the start and pay 15% at a later stage in time for the visa if they require the student visa, or they can choose to do it 25% upfront and then with the visa fees. It also depends on when exactly the semester starts. So students who have limited time before the start of the program should choose to pay it upfront and in one go to avoid delay in starting the visa process. We also offer an international student scholarship up to 50%. And we also have some packages which we'll discuss in the forthcoming slide. We have a sports scholarship of up to 30%. Anybody who's played at a state level or a country represented the country can apply for a sports scholarship. We have community engagement scholarships. So anybody who's involved in social work or any other activities that's for the welfare of the community, and they can apply for a community engagement scholarship. We offer how students can avail only one scholarship, but they can avail multiple discounts. Having said that, some of the academic merit scholarships are quite high. So if somebody's already got the academic merit scholarship, they can choose to stick with it. Or they can choose to, if they haven't qualified for academic merit scholarship, or if the academic merit scholarship is limited, then they can choose to apply for another scholarship, which they feel they could qualify for a higher percentage of scholarship. We also offer a student with determination scholarship of up to 30%. We have a corporate discount where 3 or more students from a company across the world. It doesn't mean they have to study. They should be working in the same country. They could be working in any corporate offices around the world. As long as they're from the same company, they can avail a corporate discount, 3 to 5 students or cohort of 10 students, and accordingly. We offer an alumni scholarship. So if somebody studied at DMU Leicester and graduated, can choose to apply for an alumni scholarship. And we have family discount for siblings. So the first student doesn't get a discount, but the second and the third and plus would get 3,000 family discount. And some of the scholarships and discounts. To look at the academic merit scholarship, students coming from the CBSE or the Indian curriculum, if they've scored 70 to 74.99%, they get a scholarship of 30%, and this is across 3 years, the duration of the program rather. Now, this is something that we've launched for the first year, which was in September 2021. The scholarships for September 2022 are yet to be finalized. They could even be more lucrative and attractive, but that's yet to be finalized. Students applying for the January intake, however, will avail the same scholarship scheme. So students, anybody who've got 75 to 79.99% can avail a 40% scholarship, and anyone who's scored 80% plus can avail a 50% scholarship on the whole program. Similarly, at the A levels, if they've got 3 Bs, they get 30%. If they got A and 2 Bs, they get 40%. 2 As and a B get 50%. Also, if they got a different combination of subjects, we will look at the UCAS points and map it accordingly. For somebody who's followed the American High School Diploma, we have the same scheme of 30, 40, 50, which also looks at the percentage that they've got in their high school diploma. That is a 70% or the GPA of 3 or equivalent, or 80% and the GPA of that equivalent, or 90% with the relevant AP or SAT scores. With the IB diploma, we require 30 to 32 points to avail a 30% scholarship. And anybody who's attained a 33 to 36 points get a 40% scholarship. And someone who scored 37 and above would get 50% scholarship. Now, the uniqueness about the campus and the facilities, we offer a career advisory service, which is a full-time office on campus that focuses on internships, working with the academics and their network to build on internships from the very first year. We also offer placement services and counseling for career guidance and development of key skills. So there are a lot of boot camps and different skills to allow students to transform. We have a student council, which is by the student and for the student. So this year being the first year, we've already got student reps, class reps, and club reps in place. There's no limitation on the clubs that students can start, as long as they can show, as long as they have the interest, they can form the club, and the university and the council will support the initiative. So we already have a lot of activities happening. It's common in the UAE that universities run sports fest now. Currently, we would be hosting our sports fest early next year. Currently, there's another university that's having their sports fest, and we have teams: cricket, football, badminton, basketball, volleyball that have already been formed and are participating in different competitions right now. Some of our academic facilities, we have a full-fledged library on campus. We have a huge e-library as well, where students have access to reading materials. So what they have is they have barcodes all over the place. All they have to do is scan it, and they go directly into the specific material that they're looking for. We have 4 meeting rooms, executive rooms on campus. We have design studios for IT and engineering. We have labs. So some of the pictures for facilities on campus. We have a food court, which is based below the auditorium. It's a huge food court with some of the catering options on campus. We have accommodation on campus, and that's a student room. We have twin sharing, as well as we have single rooms. We look at the cost in forthcoming slide. We have a full-fledged gym on campus. We have multi-purpose outdoor sports facilities, basketball, football, badminton, and tennis, volleyball as well. We also have cricket nets on campus to practice. We have ample amount of parking on campus, both around the campus as well as in the basement. We have Dubai is very attractive in the sense students can choose to apply for driving license, which actually could be converted to an international driving license. Or if they choose to, if they're above the age of 18, they can apply, while they're studying, they can get a UAE license, driving license, which they could use to drive around, which would be very useful actually when they start, if they decide to stay on the country and work, as well as if they're traveling anywhere in the world, they could use it as an international license, driving license. So the university does offer a student visa. So anybody who requires a student visa can apply for it. UAE is going to become rather more become more flexible in the visa options. Currently, students can sponsor their families as well. This has already been announced by the UAE government, by the cabinet. It's yet to be implemented, but yes, students can bring their families as well as on the student visa, so that they can stay with them. University visas are normally for a year. So, but when we have two kinds of visas, an out-country and an in-country visa. A normal visa would be an out-country visa where international students apply for the visa from wherever they are based, and we process up. They pay the visa cost and submit the visa application. We process it. It should take about 2 to 3 weeks. If there's no delay on the security checks, but if not, it should take 2 to 3 weeks. And upon attaining the visa, they can enter the country. And while they're here, they'll go through medical checks and stamping of the visa. Now, the medical insurance is optional. If students choose to go with an external medical insurance option, then yes, it is optional. If not, they would have to pay 1399 for the medical insurance option by the university. Now, the in-country option is now somebody is deciding to join the January intake, and time is very limited. And they can choose to apply for an in-country visa, but this would be a little more high, as you see. It's 3,690 opposed to 2,870. Also, there's a local amendment charge of 820 to be added there to convert a tourist or visit visa to a student visa. They would have to also spend money on their tourist or visit visa, because that is something that they need to process, and the university cannot process a tourist or visit visa. So for undergraduate students, who are studying over 3 years or 4 years, they don't need to pay the deposit again every year. It's one-time payment, and it's a refundable deposit of 3,000. So the visa cost is a recurring cost. Accommodation is available, as I mentioned, on campus, and we have different packages for the undergraduate and postgraduate level. So we have twin sharing option, we have a single room option, and this is the cost. So somebody choosing to share the room with another student would pay 20,670 opposed to 39,270. Security deposit has to be paid in any case, just paid once there again, and that's not a recurring cost either. On the postgraduate level, if you choose to go for the sharing accommodation, then it's 24,800, or for a single room, it's 47,130 dirhams. For the first year, the priority is always given to new students. So being a new campus, we have a lot of rooms available, but as time goes and we build the student population on campus, priority would be given to new students compared to students who are progressing to year 2. So the accommodation will be open to progressing students only after a certain cutoff date. The accommodation cost is payable in 2 installments. First installment at the time of booking with the 2,000 deposit. The second installment for somebody who's starting in September would pay it in December. Now, somebody starting the January intake would obviously pay the second installment in May 2022. We also have some international packages. So students, this is quite lucrative, which includes tuition fee, accommodation, visa, and as you know, everything has a cost of 5% VAT. So, but this cannot be combined with any discounts or scholarships. So somebody going for the international year 0, where the normal cost for tuition alone is 42,000, they would get a combination of accommodation and the visa built into it at 55,650. Same again with business, which is 55,000 plus the other cost. You get it at 66,675. And this also there again is inclusive of VAT. And for the undergraduate engineering degrees, it's 74,025. And for the MBA cost itself is 85,000 with 5% VAT, which works up to much higher than this. But with the package, you get it for 88,725. So this is optional if students feel they qualify for a higher scholarship or they don't need the accommodation or the visa, then it works out to take it individually opposed to the package, I would suppose. The admission process, we don't have an online application at this stage. So the application is a PDF document, editable PDF document that's available on our website or could be circulated by us. It needs to be completed and then emailed to us as a completed application form. For agents, we would encourage them to fill in a section which requires them to put in the agent details on it. And once we receive an application, we'll issue the offer letter, send them a confirmation of acceptance as well, followed by students making the initial deposits, applying for the visas and accommodation if it's required. We also we tend to do a lot of open days and virtual admission days and events where students are most welcome to attend. So yeah, so that's pretty much the process. And our normal timings are from Sunday to Thursday, 9 to 5. But I'm available at my personal numbers, which is here. You can also, I would strongly recommend to connect on one of our platforms or social media platforms to understand the kind of activities. We have a lot of student engagements and testimonies on the platforms which you can use to share as well. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, then these are my personal contact details. You also have my mobile number and my email if you want to reach out and discuss any of your queries. So we have a question here, which is there post-study work permit? In the UAE, there's no post-study work permit, but the UAE itself is very attractive to stay back. So you can explore employment opportunities as well as there are great business opportunities and investment opportunities in the UAE. UAE is becoming quite an open market and a very welcoming region for somebody to come and set up business, to stay on, to find employment. We look at South Asia. If you look at Singapore, Malaysia, if you look at tuition fees, it could be even cheaper and cost of living. But the major difference between those cities and the country between the UAE and Dubai is that here it's always students always welcome, or people always welcome to come and look for jobs on tourist visas and so on. So it's easy to find a job. It's relatively easy to find a job and get a work visa and stay on in the country. If you're looking at study work permit, then normally that's an option with the UK. So students who are looking at staying on can also do part of their program here and transfer to the UK, and you would still have the study work visa. We have another question by Vikas. How many hours can student work on part-time during study? What is the wage rate? Now, the hours for part-time and for students is on average, about 20 hours a week for part-time jobs. One thing that we are very focused on as a university is that we only encourage students to take on paid part-time or internships. And that could range from 1,000 to 5,000 dirhams. I would think on average would be about 2,000 to 3,000 dirhams or even higher. But yes, we wouldn't want organizations to exploit our students. So therefore, yes, we would strongly encourage that these are paid internships and part-time jobs. So to touch base on some of the key aspects as to why Dubai itself, I would summarize it as, first of all, students coming to the UAE, as long as you've studied in English, you don't require it as an academic requirement if you studied in English, and you neither require it for a visa. So as long as you you've met the admission requirements of the university, you get an unconditional offer letter against which a visa can be processed. You also don't need a bank statement. There used to be a time when you need to provide a bank statement. So now you don't need a bank statement. So we really don't care. As long as you can, obviously, as long as you can afford the tuition fees and sustain, a bank statement is not required. UAE is a very safe city, very multicultural city, and Dubai is a very safe city and very multicultural city. So you would very rarely feel out of place. You definitely feel home away from home for sure. There are great employment opportunities. There are easy installment plans, and there's great business opportunities as well, which is tax-free. I have another question from Vikas Sharma. Which universities of UK the student can get transfer after studying 1 year in Dubai? Now, it would strongly be our campus in Leicester. We have a parent campus in Leicester, and usually transfers straightforward would be within the university from campus to campus. But studying at a British institution, I don't see any issues being students transferring to any other university either, because as long as they've passed, I think they would qualify for another university too. Now, we have something called Go Global, where we have partner institutions, which is on our website, where students can choose to go for a semester to a different university. We also, I would just like to mention that students normally, as we're very focused on the well-being of students, any students who are under the age of 18 would have to get a consent or evaluation before we actually make an admission offer. So anybody applying to the university who's under 18 would also need to complete a parent consent. There was a parent consent form, and the university will evaluate what special requirements or arrangements would have to be made or kept in place so that the student is safe and secure on campus. Do we have any more questions? Yes, definitely.
Vikas is asking brochures and details.
Yes, we certainly can share. I can share a package which contains the brochure, also the presentation that I ran, the scholarship details, the application form. Yes, we can share all of that. Mona, would you be able to share the contact details so that we can share?
We'll definitely share the contact details, Harry.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there any update details? Okay.
Do we have any more questions? Seems like yes. Mona can advise on the details, the contact details bit.
Yes, you can share. We'll contact you, Vikas. Don't worry. You've already shared the form as well.
Mona, do you feel there's anything else that would be valuable that I could add? Or commonly asked questions that you come across?
Actually, it's more of academic qualifications, scholarships, and everything that you've already discussed in this session. And it's a wonderful session today, Harry. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for arranging this. It's a pleasure to promote the Dubai campus. We're new, and so we are still trying to reach out and connect. As I've stated before, the Leicester campus is one of the huge university campuses in terms of student numbers, with 26,000 students on campus. So we are trying to replicate the same in Dubai. We're looking at becoming one of the biggest campuses in the region. So yes, and that's possible only with with a lot of international students. So 89% of residents in the UAE are expats. But yes, so it's a saturated number there, considering there are a lot of universities already here and the market share is limited. So the way for us to grow is by attracting international students. So yes, so we're looking at growing the market, growing the student population by attracting international students as a study destination. Dubai, which is an excellent study destination, considering the opportunities, cost, the closeness to home, and the opportunities for business as well, investments, and a tax-free country. State that.
Yeah, true. I think no more questions, so we should move ahead now. I trust that today's session inspired you to decide to navigate international student recruitment and technology tools and resources. Thank you all for your valuable time and participating in this webinar. Everyone, I hope this webinar has improved our understanding of the Montfort University Dubai as an institution of choices for its opportunity. We'll catch you up another wonderful session very soon. Till then, take care.
Thank you, and bye, everybody.
Harry.
Thank you.
Thank
bye,
you.
everybody. Yeah.
Bye.